Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I have something very unpleasant that I need to talk to you about. What I'm about to tell you is going to challenge everything you and I have been taught to believe, but here's the truth. The child support system is a fraud. Holding men responsible for the birth of children is as backward and archaic as blaming the gender of a child on its mother. Women have rights and medicine that allow for them to be able to protect themselves before, during, and after sexual intercourse from pregnancy and child rearing at will. Think about it. Women have 16 different forms of contraception. They have the ability to abort a child without the father's permission. Even a married woman can go into an abortion clinic and there's legally nothing her husband can do to stop her. And women have a loophole within adoption that allows for them to be able to put a child up without the father giving away his legal rights. Why are we still holding men accountable for something they have no ability to control? Yes, he did put his seed inside of her, but now it's up to her to decide if it will grow or not. Everything that you as a man can do cannot be superseded by a woman's choice. Gentlemen, you are not as in charge and as responsible as the state government want you to believe, because in the end, the final decision rests with the mother whether this child will see the light of day or who will actually take care of this child. Face it, if you're a man and you've been paying child support or your wages have been garnished for the sake of child support, you're being played for a fool. They're taking advantage of you by guilt-tripping you and holding you to old archaic standards that they don't even believe in themselves anymore, and are hoping that you are stupid and self-conscious enough in your manhood. Notice statements like, real men pay their child support. If you don't pay your child support, you're not a real man. To buy into it while clouding the issue with so much emotional, self-entitled rants and rhetorical catchphrases, you can't even realize what's being done to you. Now, if you want to donate money of your own free will, then by all means, go ahead. But the state and the federal government have no business setting payment amounts, garnishing wages, and imprisoning people who do not comply. The child support industry boasts that it makes about $500 billion a year off the lives of these children. If you'll notice, everyone in the system starts off in the hole owing money. You may say that all that money is going to the welfare of the child, but look at it objectively. One, you can use that money on anything. There's nobody making sure that it's being used on the child in question. Pretty suspicious, don't you think? And two, no matter how you try to smooth talk it, the bottom line is you're putting a price tag on the lives of these children. These children cost several grand at a time. How do we know that the people taking care of these children are not in it for the money and the government benefits to be gained, and not for the love of the children? Decades ago, before our medical and legal advancements, child support made sense. But now it's turned into a legalized extortion tactic and an undercover human trafficking ring. Guys, I can't express this enough. You're being conned. And the only way it's ever going to stop is not by writing letters to your state legislative and representatives. They are making way too much money off of you to care. You're just cannon fodder to them. A means to an end that results in profits to be taken. The only thing that will stop them is when we join together and put up an offensive. We need to join together and form an anti-child support movement, demanding as American citizens to take down this scam of a system, to cancel all the debts, and return any and all funds it's unjustly taken. I won't lie, this is not going to be easy. In fact, this is going to be a fight the likes of which none of us have ever seen before. We're going to be viewed as an anti-feminine organization, or a bunch of selfish, ignorant primates who could care less about the needs of children and women. But don't let all the name-calling fool you. And don't let all the hatred disturb you. This has nothing to do with hatred for women or children. It has more to do with love than anything. We care about children and are offended to see them being used as means of profit and or revenge. We care about women and respect the fact that they fought for the right to be seen as equals to us. But we need to remind them that being an equal means taking responsibility for your choices, the ones you make and the ones that you didn't make. Most of all, we care about our country, our home. We want to remind her that we are her people and we will not be used, but we expect true logic and reason in our body of law, and most of all, justice. Now, before you all decide to stone me for these comments, what's being said here is not that men should never have anything to do with their children. What's being said here is that it should be their choice. Women have a choice. They have the ability to decide whether they will bring life into this world and take care of it or not. Gentlemen, women have a choice. You should have one too.